Right now on 10 News this morning, we're following breaking news out of Escondido, where police are investigating a possible arson at a mosque.
The wait for the Mueller report as the Attorney General prepares his conclusions. How much information could be released to the public?
And high surf and warmer temperatures are on the way. I'll show you where we'll hit the low 80s this week. 10 News this morning starts right now.
Live from the Scripps Studios, this is 10 News.
Welcome back on this Sunday morning. Great to have you here. I'm Jim Patton.
I'm Mary McKenzie. Let's go ahead and turn it right over to Melissa. I thought yesterday was pretty perfect, at least in my
yesterday was nice.
Opinion. Yeah,
Today,
spring
maybe
day.
a couple degrees warmer than yesterday, but overall still pretty pleasant. I'm trying to figure out how many different ways can you say nice, pleasant, beautiful. Yeah, but this is why we call it America's finest city, because it looks like this most of the time. Right now, downtown we go. 8:30 on the dot. We're at 56 degrees currently. Light winds in this location moving out of the east at 3 miles per hour. As we continue on with our day, we are going to see plenty of sunshine today. We'll be in the 60s here along the coast. We'll cool it on down to the upper 50s by 8 o'clock tonight. In our inland valleys, we're looking at the upper 60s. El Cajon expected to hit 70 and then mid 50s by 10 p.m. So this is the beginning of a slight warm up. We do have a chance of showers on the way. I'll let you know about that when I return. Mary?
All right, Mal, thank you. Let's get back to that breaking news this morning out of Escondido. Reports that police may be investigating a possible arson at a mosque.
10 News reporter Natay Holmes live at the Islamic Center of Escondido. And Natay, what do we know about the investigation?
Well, they are still on scene here right now. You can actually see Escondido police and fire have this area blocked off. This is 6th Avenue and Escondido Boulevard. Now you can see the yellow tape blocking off the entrance to the mosque. Escondido police tell me the fire broke out around 3:30 this morning, and I'm told members of the mosque were inside at the time and they were able to put out the fire before crews arrived. Now Escondido police tell me there was minimal damage done to the building. Investigators are on scene right now and they are investigating this as a possible arson. The San Diego Sheriff's Bomb and Arson Unit is here as well. Also, federal law enforcement is on scene, and I'm told that they are investigating this as a possible hate crime. So again, you can see out here multiple units out here this morning out in Escondido. This is 6th Avenue and Escondido Boulevard. They have this area blocked off and they still have yellow tape in front of the mosque out here this morning. We're still waiting on folks out here to come brief us. As soon as we get more details, we will bring those to you. In Escondido, Natay Holmes, 10 News.
All right, Natay, thank you for the very latest. The Attorney General preparing his final conclusions on the special counsel's report on the Russia investigation. Those could come down at any moment. ABC's Tara Palmieri explains why Democrats are already saying the summary is not going to be enough.
All of Washington is anxiously waiting on Attorney General William Barr to comb through the Mueller report.
The most important thing is that we get this report out there publicly. 90% of Americans say they want to see this report.
On Friday, Special Counsel Robert Mueller handed over the results of his 22-month investigation into possible campaign collusion between the Trump campaign and Russia and obstruction of justice. Since then, Barr and his team at the Justice Department determining what findings they can share with Congress as early as this weekend.
Let it come out. Let people see it.
The $25 million investigation leading to 37 indictments, including some of the president's closest associates. Lawmakers on both sides of the aisle already demanding to see the full report and the underlying evidence. Democrats threatening to use their subpoena power to get it.
Congress is going to need the underlying evidence, because some of that evidence may go to the compromise of the president or people around him that poses a real threat to our national security, and we need to know it if that's the case.
But some Republicans are saying it's time to move on. Congressman Mark Meadows even tweeting, "The Mueller report suggests no more indictments are coming from the special counsel. If that's true, it would mean we just completed 2 years of investigating Russian collusion without one collusion-related indictment." With no new indictments, President Trump spending a relaxing weekend at his Palm Beach resort, where he went golfing with Kid Rock. Sources say Trump is glad the investigation is over, even though the White House is yet to see the results. In the past year, Trump claimed there was no collusion 231 times, according to the Washington Post, and frequently bashed the special counsel. But in the 24 hours following the report's release, he was uncharacteristically silent.
And that was Tara Palmieri reporting. While Democrats wait on Barr's summary, they're already demanding any briefing be unclassified so it can be shared with the public.
A Border Patrol officer is okay after being ejected from a moving van at the Otay Mesa port of entry. Happened just before 6 last night. According to the Border Patrol, the officer was inspecting a van. The officer found someone hiding in a tub in the back of the van. That's when the woman driving it took off, sending the officer flying. The driver didn't get far, though, due to traffic. 3 people in all were inside the van. They were all taken into custody.
If you thought you felt the ground shaking last night, very good chance you did. A magnitude 3.3 earthquake struck San Diego around 10:40 last night. The epicenter was in Lake Henshaw, which is northwest of Vulcan Mountain. No damage or injuries reported.
We're learning more about the people who survived the deadly crash on the 163 near Balboa Park. We first told you about it yesterday morning. The CHP says the driver of a Lexus rear-ended a white Mazda, which was carrying Lyft passengers. The Lyft driver is 27 years old from Santee. The 2 passengers were from Northern California. The 40-year-old passenger from San Francisco died at the scene. The other passenger, 33 years old, was from San Leandro, was ejected and has major injuries. The Lyft driver also was hurt. The driver of the Lexus is a 22-year-old San Diego woman, and she is suspected of DUI.
New from overnight, 1 person has died, 3 others injured in a shooting on a San Francisco street. Police got to the scene on Fillmore Street last night, found the 4 people with the gunshot wounds. 1 person died at the scene, 3 others taken to a hospital, one of them in critical condition. Police still looking for the shooter and have asked residents nearby to stay inside.
And Jim, we've been following this story all morning, and now we know the Viking Sky cruise ship has reached the port in Norway after those helicopter airlifts rescued half of its passengers. We've seen this video, pretty scary for all the people on board. Now we do know the other half of the people on board stayed on that ship. There were 1,300 passengers and crew on board when it experienced mechanical problems and hit some pretty bad weather. You saw the ship there tossing and turning. It did regain engine power early Sunday, but we do know that some passengers there experienced bruising, broken bones, and cuts. The U.S. Embassy is in contact with Norwegian authorities, but again, the ship is now in port and hopefully everyone will be taken off safely. Something we'll continue to follow here on 10 News as well as 10news.com. Mary?
Excellent, Mel. Great news. Thank you. People in Alpine are ramping up their yard work after Governor Gavin Newsom proclaimed a state of emergency for California's most wildfire-prone areas. People we talked to say they're thankful to get some money from the state. They also say that they are taking matters into their own hands, getting rid of the dead brush before the height of fire season. They say the vegetation never recovered after the drought years.
This year there's a lot of weeds, and that's going to be tough to keep up with.
So you have a son, right?
CAL FIRE San Diego posted a video last week to remind people to clear up that brush and to create defensible space.
And to find that video and more on how to protect your home or the latest California wildfire news, visit our new wildfire section at 10news.com or get the 10 News app for free in the App Store.
Just in time for spring break, county health officials say it is safe to go back in the water at Imperial Beach. That includes the beach line from the south end of Seacoast Drive to Carnation Avenue. Recent rain led to closures because of contaminated runoff from the Tijuana River. The county says its most recent tests show that the water is once again safe.
Happening now, thousands of San Diegans lacing up their sneakers for the Hot Chocolate 15K and 5K. The first race started at 6:45 this morning on 13th and J. Both races will end on 14th Street. There are over 30 streets blocked off in the area right now, as well as the I-5 North, I-5 South off-ramps to Pershing and B Street. Closures will last until 11:30 this morning. Race benefits the Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Now, 10 News Pinpoint Weather, sponsored by Mozzie Heating, Air and Solar, voted best heating and air company 2 years in a row.
Chocolate any time of the day.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
I agree.
It has health benefits.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. tell yourself that.
Yeah.
I'm sure my kids are going to try to make that argument
Right.
too.
Sure.
You know, we're watching the Skycam here in La Jolla. I was hoping that Sully the Seagull was going to come back and say hi. Well, he hasn't yet, but he's probably just enjoying the beautiful weather that's developing here throughout the county. Right now, 8:39, we are starting to see that deep marine layer push on out. We did see a few raindrops earlier in the morning, but today is expected to be dry. 45 in Ramona. Good morning in Alpine at 50 degrees. 54 there currently in El Cajon if you're in downtown. 56, a little bit warmer in the deserts, already seeing the lower 60s right now as we get started with our Sunday. As far as our 24-hour temperature change, it looks like we are a couple degrees warmer along our coastline. A little bit cooler start here in our mountain communities, but this is the beginning of a slight warming trend over the next couple of days. We do have that high surf advisory still in effect here for tonight, so if you're planning on spending your day here along the coast, just keep that in mind if you do plan to head into the water. And then a slight chance of showers as we get toward the middle part of the week. But for today, no showers expected. 68 in Poway. Escondido, a high of 67 degrees. Palomar Mountain, a little bit cooler there in the 50s, and along our coastline will be in the lower to mid 60s. Our 7-day forecast, so enjoy the first couple of days. Temperatures will rise a couple degrees, and then that chance of showers, light showers if any, rolls in Wednesday into Thursday. Our inland valleys will reach the lower 70s as we get started with our work week. So if you do have time for that lunch break outdoors tomorrow, would be a good time to do it. The mountains, lower 60s over the next couple of days, 78 here in the deserts.
We're finally getting into a steady stream of what we pay for in terms of the weather.
Yeah, until Wednesday, if we might get a few raindrops, but it should be fine.
But we get a discount on those days, so that works. Thank you very much, ma'am. Hey, how'd you like a free trip to Disneyland? Tomorrow, 10 News continuing to give away a family 4-pack of one-day, one-park tickets. All you have to do is watch 10 News at 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. and listen for the cue to call.